Hey everyone, this is Rachel, and today is going to be on psychedelic mushrooms and how they changed my life. So this isn't a video on just encouraging people to do drugs or anything like that. This is just my personal experience that I've had with mushrooms that I'd like to share with people, because I know we've all heard the story of people, or have personally done this, where we take mushrooms at a party or with a huge group of people that we're unfamiliar with and have a bad trip or something like that. So I'd like to share my experiences that I've had. My first time doing mushrooms was a couple of years ago, and it was very intentional. I was living in a conscious community at the time, and did it with one other person. We made tea and drank it together. We went to a plant nursery and just sort of processed a lot of like deep life stuff together. And another time I did it was in the forest with one person also, and at the beginning of it we set a bunch of intentions and prayers and asked for like protection and guidance and stuff like that on what we wanted to learn, and it was very peaceful, and I felt that I broke through a lot of boundaries within myself of things that I was holding on to, and I just felt very connected to nature, very close to the earth. I was in the forest surrounded by trees and next to a river, and I found that I felt more receptive to the wisdom that the land had to offer. And I've done it multiple times after that, and every experience has been a growing experience and really phenomenal and transformative, to the point where I feel like I still feel like myself, but I feel closer to my true nature and who I am, because it's allowed me to move through a lot of the blockages that keep me from growing or from seeing my truth. So I find mushrooms to be very beneficial personally. I don't think they're for everyone. If you don't feel drawn to do them, then I wouldn't recommend doing it. But if you do, I would recommend doing it in nature and with people that you trust and are close to, and setting intentions at the beginning of it, and really knowing that you're safe, and also knowing that it's not just going to be, it might not be like a completely only positive sunshine and rainbows experience. Every single experience that I had, there were waves of emotions happening, and it's important to just, in those moments where anxiety comes up or sadness or fear, just to go into those feelings, to sit with them, observe them, and meditate, and really work through all that deep stuff that's coming up that the plant is helping us to process. And it honestly really helps being with maybe one person or a few people that you feel you can be really open and authentic with. I've also done it by myself, and I found that to be very, very powerful. It felt a lot harder than doing it with another person, because I didn't have someone to like process with, or to hold space for me, or to comfort me. But I guess it just depends on your preference. I definitely feel more intuitive and in tune with my highest self, with nature, with my surroundings, with the people around me while on mushrooms. And then also there's a lingering effect for me for like a while after, where I still remember that I have the capacity to be connected and to be aware of the connection I have to every living thing around me, whether I'm have a plant medicine or not. So that being said, all the places that I've explored while being on mushrooms, I've also arrived to through meditation, and everything that we need is within us. So we don't need a plant to help us grow or come to any kind of realizations, but I think it definitely breaks down a lot of barriers in the mind a lot quicker than meditation does. But I think if you do them both together, then that's really beneficial, because that way you're sustaining that awareness that you came to while on the plant medicine. Because if you just like go and take mushrooms and then like go and live your life exactly as it is, you know, you may still have that awareness, but you might not change your life in any way or anything like that. But if you're meditating while on mushrooms and after, it really helps to sustain your spiritual practice and all the growth that you have during that experience. So highly recommend meditation, just in life in general, whether you're taking any kind of psychedelics or not. So yes, I love the plants. I think they're here to help us, and also I find it really important to get mushrooms that are healthy and safe, and you know exactly where they're coming from, so that they're not, you know, laced with anything or anything like that. So it's also super important. Yeah, I hope this has shown some light on those of you that may be curious about mushrooms, or may have thought that it's only something you do to have a trip or to have fun. There are people out there who are doing it intentionally for personal growth purposes, and I personally found it to be very beneficial and very uplifting and very transformational. So if you feel the call to partake in that and it comes up for you, you have an opportunity to do it with people that you trust, I'd recommend taking the dive. It's definitely a life-changing experience if you want it to be. It's all about intention and what your intentions are with it as well. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. And most importantly, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day full of love and bliss and peace and lots of hugs. Bye.